Okay, part 2. I talk too much, but I normally have so much more time with y'all. All right, so I stopped talking about an adjective phrase. So a prepositional phrase, I need you to get this in your head right now. Everybody listening, ears on. Earbuds out. A prepositional phrase is either acting as an adjective or an adverb. Please don't let that confuse you. You know what an adjective is. You know what an adverb is. It's nothing different. Okay, you just have to find your prepositional phrase and decide what word it's modifying. Okay, so just think about that for a second. So highlight this. An adjective phrase is a prepositional phrase that modifies a noun or a pronoun in the sentence. Think about it. That makes total sense. That's what an adjective does. An adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. So if you have a prepositional phrase that's describing a noun or a pronoun, then ding, 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 it's acting as an adjective phrase, right? Makes total sense. All right, so highlight these questions. Adjective phrases answer the questions which one or what kind. So sometimes it's difficult when you get a prepositional phrase and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what this is telling me. Well, this is important. If it's telling you which one or which kind, then it's probably acting as an adjective. So look at this sentence. The gorilla in the tree is named Sam. Okay, in the tree is our prepositional phrase, all right? So we're asking ourselves, what is in the tree describing? Well, it's telling us which one, the gorilla is in the tree. Okay, the one in the tree, the gorilla in the tree. So it's modifying a noun. And what modifies a noun? An adjective. So it's an adjective phrase. Okay, look at this one. Sam is one of the gorillas born last spring. Of the gorillas is our prepositional phrase. Of the gorillas is modifying one, and one is a pronoun. What do adjectives modify? Nouns and pronouns. So it's acting as an adjective. So easy, right? Okay. Adverb phrase. Highlight that. An adverb phrase is a prepositional phrase that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. That is exactly what an adverb does. So if you have a prepositional phrase that is modifying or describing a verb, an adjective, or an adverb, it's being an adverb phrase. The gorilla laughed at me. At me is a prepositional phrase. At me is telling you who the gorilla laughed at. Laughed is a verb. Adverbs modify verbs. So that's an adverb phrase. He was the largest of all the gorillas. Of all the gorillas is describing largest. Largest is an adjective. Adverbs modify adjectives. So that is an adverb phrase. All right, remember some words function as either an adverb or a preposition depending on the sentence. Prepositions never stand alone. They're always part of a prepositional phrase. All that's saying is if you have a word that you think is a preposition, if it doesn't have an object, then it's probably acting as an adverb, and we've talked about this before. All right, so before we start, I want you to look at this sentence, okay? So I want you to write this sentence down for me. I'll give you just a second. I'm trying to get it on the screen. It says, the teacher in the video taught me about prepositions. Okay, pause this video if you need to write this down. I'm trusting you. I can see every one of you right now, so I know you're doing this. I'm watching y'all. Not creepy at all. Okay, now I want you to stop for a second, and I want you to put your prepositional phrases in parentheses. I'll wait. Pause if you need to. It's probably going to cut me off in a second. We're going to have a part 3. It's fine. All right. Raise your hand if you can tell me the answer. Okay. Everybody tell me. It is in the video, and it's about prepositions. Now, I want you to draw an arrow to what in the video is describing, and I want you to draw an arrow from what about prepositions is describing. Okay, so I'm going to put them in parentheses. In the video, about prepositions. All right, so in the video is telling me which teacher. Okay, which teacher? Teacher is a noun. So that means that in the video is acting as a what? Yes, an adjective, because adjectives describe nouns. About prepositions is telling me what the teacher taught. Taught is a verb. So that prepositional phrase is acting as an adverb.